Good morning. I wanted to tell y'all about a dream I had last night. I don't even know if it was a dream or a nightmare. I do know where a source of it, actually I know where two parts of it came from. I remember an ex was always like, your dreams are just like memories of your day put together. And even though he was a piece of shit, he was right. So I had a dream that I was doing a group scuba diving excursion with friends for my birthday. And the theme of it was going to be this book called She's Come Undone. But in the dream, first of all, I don't know scuba diving trips to have a theme, but in my dream it did. The book is called She's Come Undone. And the source of that is because a girlfriend of mine was like, does anybody have any fiction book recommendations? And I told her that one. So that was on my mind. But in my dream, the book was called something closer to like Don't Look Up. It was called like Don't Something. And that's because I was talking about Don't Look Up all day yesterday. I made a post about it. So basically we're at this facility, whatever. Not even anywhere close to the water. Sorry. Oh no, we were close to the water. So basically they were teaching us like how to do the scuba diving thing. And I was terrified. Like I was so freaking scared. And I was like, the only reason why I want to do this is because, you know, She's Come Undone is one of my favorite books. So they were showing us how to do the equipment and how to breathe and whatever. So I was driving. So the guy who was showing us how to do everything, the guy who worked at the scuba place, was similar to the nice guy at the BMW place where I went to. So he had that vibe. He wasn't as verbose as the guy in real life, but he had that vibe. Like older white dude, like super friendly, kind of like your surrogate dad or like nice uncle, non-creepy uncle, whatever. So I was like in this kind of like an extended golf cart with him. And then the guy that was like sitting behind me was my boyfriend. He looks like a friend of mine's ex, and then he looks like somebody else, but I don't think he's anybody I've ever seen in real life. But he was supposed to be like my boyfriend, right? Like I just knew him to be my boyfriend in the dream. And he was coming with us, but he wasn't actually gonna go on the trip. So there was one point where we were like driving back up to the facility, and the guy who was showing us around said something, and my boyfriend repeated the same thing back. And I was like, that's weird. Like in the dream, I clocked that as being weird. So the guy was telling us about the excursion, what it was going to be. And he was talking about like the different kinds of fish, right? And he's like, yeah, he's like, they're going to be kingfish and queenfish. And there were like my phone said that I was running out of storage, so I just had to go delete stuff. Anyway, I don't even know. Oh, so I was talking about the dream. So they were talking about like kingfish and queenfish, and there were like animated depictions of these fish going by, but they weren't. It was like a parade of these fish, but it was like they were costumes because they were all empty inside, like clean, and they had zippers underneath them. So my biggest fears with scuba diving was like, what if I breathe in through, or maybe it's snorkeling, I don't know. What if I breathe in through like the snorkel and I just breathe in water? Or like, what if my lungs fill up with water and I can't go back to the top? And I was just like freaking out, and the guy promised to show me. And then I had in my mind ready for him to be like, so like, do you know what this book is? And I was going to quote the book, like, because apparently I could quote this book like a movie. And I was ready in my head, and I was gonna say like what? You're talking to me? And I'm a single mother of 2, and I smoke cigarettes, and I blah blah blah. That's not even like in the book at all, but this is what I was ready to like quote this man about the book. And then I had the thought of like, well, what if it's so, and there was also a point where he was explaining like, you know, like why this is gonna be so beautiful, and like the undersea world is like our world and all the stuff you're gonna see. And I was like, well, what if it's so beautiful that like I just start crying and like my goggles fill up with tears and I can't breathe? And then I actually like stopped breathing, and then I woke up like like fucking gasping for air. So dude, that shit was so fucking scary. I hate dreams where I understandably where I can't friggin' breathe. But yeah, that was my favorite dream. I mean, it makes sense because it was very connected to other things that happened earlier, but like the way it manifested is this like scuba diving, snorkeling birthday thing that I wanted to do, but I was so terrified. I mean, that symbolism there, right? It's like something that I want to do that I know will benefit me, that I know I'm going to love, that's going to be a beautiful experience, but I'm like terrified to do it. So yeah, anyway, I'm in my beautiful cuisine, cooking some breakfast, and I'm going to do some pomodoros. So I'll check in with y'all latte. I wanted to comment on this. So somebody asked me, somebody was like, you know, like, what could you talk about all day with like no prep, no script? And I talked about like vegan food. I wrote vegan food, and the person who posted was like, oh, do you have any recipes? And I was like, no. Like, I'm not the like, oh yeah, try this recipe. Like, no. And I think it's a little bit of like, I think there's a little tinge of like, just help yourself. There's a little bit of that. And also like, I mean, yes, I have these cookbooks, but I don't really use recipes for anything. No, like it's just work that I don't want to do. And I don't have recipes for anything. And I think that's so interesting, where I think people have asked me in the past about vegan recipes, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just eat so that like I don't die, you know? Like, I have nothing else to contribute in that department, you know, because it feels like work. It feels like work to me. And like, I just don't have any set recipes. I told her, I was like, I just throw everything into a pot, which is true. I don't know. I thought that was, it's funny, like when people ask me certain things about myself, I realize those things about myself. Like, my response was immediately like, no, I have nothing for you. Like, I cannot help you. Hey, so I did not post the vlog last night because I just could not be like bothered to do it. I just couldn't be bothered. I was kind of like sitting, I wasn't doing nothing. I was watching Landscapers, which is so good. My love, Olivia Colman, she's freaking amazing, is in it. And I was watching that. So like, I didn't really have an excuse to not post, but my thought was, okay, well, I'm not doing Vlogmas anymore, so I don't necessarily need to post every day, and it may be more fulfilling, more rich to just do 2 days in one. So this is the first time I'm vlogging today. It is 2:12. I was kind of sleeping like on and off today. I had a meeting that I just finished at about like 1:45, and I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited with the writing that I'm doing. Yeah, so that feels really good. I have a call with the BMW person in about 15 minutes. So looking forward to that and just chatting and like, I don't know. I don't want to say like, oh, I'm not trying to get somebody into trouble. I'm just like relaying my experience, and also being in the practice and the habit of saying how I feel when things happen, because it's important. Because if I don't do it in these situations, I'm not going to do it when it's even more important. And it's just good to practice and, you know, and follow up and all that. So, yeah, I am going to get something to eat. I'm not even like hungry really. Oh, I also, I need to write this down. So I started writing down like, so in the meeting that I just had, it was like, what are our Q1 goals? What are our, you know, like, what are all of our goals? And I'm like, I'm going to do that for myself. Like, what do I want to accomplish artistically? What do I, like, how much money do I want to make? What do I want to do? So I'm going to start doing that. And I think I'm going to take like a good amount of time after I get off this call, and maybe I might have a meeting with some friends after that. But I think I'm going to like spend the evening like really going through. I have like a bunch of projects that I want to do, creative projects, organizing projects that I want to do and like really like tasking them out and actually getting shit done. And I figured out my theme for 2022. My theme is, it's really simple. It's just trust your gut. So if you're into human design, I'm a manifesting generator, and your gut is your authority. So basically you listen for like the aha or the of what to do. It's like a strong yes or no. So my theme is just trust your gut, Ashley. Like, just trust your gut. So, yeah, but I think I'm gonna work on this planner. Damn, what did I just say I was gonna do? Fuck, what did I just say I was gonna do? I don't know. Now I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch this video back. Hold on. Damn it, I said I need to write this down, but I didn't say out loud in the video what it was, and now I cannot remember. I'll remember. Let me see, there was something else. I did want to add a fun lab onto this. Let me just write that. Let me just write this at the bottom so that I remember it. But yeah, I also want to make sure I'm not like doing too many things so that I get overwhelmed and I don't do anything. But there are some projects where, like, honestly, what I have written down, if I get them done next year, that will be a lot. Like, that will be enough. And I know other projects will come up. Actually, there's another one. Mail order. Like, yeah, so I think I'm just gonna spread them out over the year and just get them done. Again, I know other projects will come up. I know other things will come up, but just like leaving space for them, like doing it by quarter, like real businesses do. So yeah, but my countertops are finished. I feel really good about that. I think there are like 3, let me see. Clean up table in living room. Clean up corner in bedroom, and then dining table. There are literally like 3 little spaces in my house where, like, if I clean these things up, I will just feel so much better. Like, this table is full of shit. It needs to be cleaned up. This table is full of shit. It needs to be cleaned up. And gosh, and this corner is full of shit and needs to be cleaned up. So if I can get those 3 spaces done, that will feel really, really good. The other kind of bigger project, I have like my clothes that I need to fold up that are in here. Oof, that's not happening this year, y'all. That may not happen this year, but like my other bedroom. And then I have this whole, I mean, this is actually kind of organized. I have these closets that have, oh gosh, like have stuff in here like I need to get rid of. So that's gonna be a project for, honestly, probably next year. Like, yeah, just organizing it, using that space more. Because in my kitchen, like everything is away now. So like everything is kind of laid out in here the way that not necessarily the way that I want it, but like things are away. Like nothing is out. Like feeling really good about that. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get off this phone. I'm gonna call my dad, show him the finished countertops and get on this call and then work on my cues, my quarters for next year. Okay, bye. I don't know if you've ever done this, but do you find yourself like doing pre-work before the actual work? I like literally like have a date with a friend on the phone to do some Q1 planning, and I'm doing work for it right now. And I'm like, Ashley, relax your motherfucking ass, like sit. And while I'm sitting, I'm actually gonna go through, I have all these like papers and notebooks and books and shit, and I'm just gonna go through them because I think I wanna do some of my quarterly planning like in an actual notebook, and I have so many half empty, I call them like half dead notebooks, that I'm gonna revive one of them and make it my notebook. And I'm also gonna, I have some big like like big paper on a roll, and I think I'm gonna write out my stuff on there too. But yeah, but I need to sit, watch my show. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play my game. That's gonna be good. My brain is like, I'm a little like, feel like a little bit of a relapse in some of the shit I was going through. So I'm gonna sit and play my game, and then I'll watch my show later. Okay, all right, bye.